what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Random Thoughts from Ozimoto. I am your host, Ozimoto, just a young buck from South Florida with a vision and something to say. Uh, this week's thoughts are kind of going to be, excuse me, all over the place. All over the place. So, let me start with saying you could say this is an important message. Take time to let shit out, bro. You're only human. You can't be tough 24/7. Take at least an hour to be vulnerable, dog. That it gets so tiring holding that shield up all the time. It's okay to have a moment of weakness. Just make sure you bounce back and get right back to the bag, champ. Ain't no shame in that. It's just a part of the game. Um, Prayer is only half the journey, right? And this is what was one of the things that I understood when I was letting shit out. Because if you want something, you actually have to put in the work for it. Like, I've kind of always wanted to. You could say I've always wanted some attention, some recognition for the shit that I be saying, the shit that I be thinking, and some of the shit that I want to create. And I, I don't know who fucks with it. I don't know who will. But guess what? It's there for everyone to see. It's public. I don't do. It's not on private. It's public, and I'm not gonna say I want fame for material reasons. I just genuinely feel like there's a influence, right? Maybe that's just me having a fat ass ego, but fuck it, we ride. You know what I'm saying? And I have to say this with the fact of actually no, I just have to say that. I just have to say that's just some. I guess you could say some wisdom, some advice, some game, or just a perspective. Uh, there's also just a little something serious that I want to address because I thought I had a burp. It's gonna come. Oh well. So I made a TikTok replying to some shit that Andrew Tate said, and it didn't sit right with some people just for the fact of how I talk. I accept it. I'm not complaining. I'll try to be a little less rough when talking about some sensitive shit. That's what I'll try to do for y'all. As my if I actually want more y'all to listen to what I'm saying, that's a compromise. That's the sacrifice I'll give. But y'all also have to listen with an open mind. That that's the exchange. I'll try to not be so abrasive if y'all will try to be a little more open to some shit that is uncomfortable. You may not like it, but whether you take it or leave it, that's on you. But that's what I bring to the table. That's my opinion that no one asked for. So he was saying some shit about rape, and I probably should have warned y'all that it's a very this right here is going to be a very sensitive, touchy subject. And with terms of rape, regardless of if you're a man or woman, fucked up shit's gonna happen. How, no matter what measures you take. But it's important to take those measures because it's not a, it's not a nice world. Fucked up shit will happen. You can't have a nice heart. That will get you killed. It's gotten many people killed in many different situations, in the hood, out of the hood. It's not a nice world. It's a dog eat dog world, and big dog, big dog takes home the bread. You got to be a big dog or get the fuck out. And I said that some people some people got what I was saying because they saw past my aggressive or my rather direct tone, and they were listening to what I was trying to say, and they got some of them got it. My boy even talked to me. He said, "You see, I agree." I think he said it. He literally just said, "I just don't think that was the right approach." No, actually, no. He did agree with what I was saying, but he was just like, "Yeah, that first approach, like that first video, was very off-putting. People not really gonna listen. they're gonna react more." And I'm just like, "All right, bet." So I made another one. I doubled down in a more calmer, nicer, touchy, not touchy feely, but in a nicer, more digestible way. And I say this because, perfect example, real story. Me and some friends were out, right? I walk away from the group for like 15, 20 minutes. You know, I'm gonna just go do my own thing. All right, cool. I'm gonna touch back. Just stay right here. I'm gonna come back. All right, cool. 15 minutes go by, like 15, 20 minutes go by. I come out the bathroom. So and so says, "Hey, yo, Oz, we got to get the fuck up out of here because so and so's throwing up, secured, and the other so and so is acting out. Security says we got to go." All right, so we go. Yes, they were a mess. Yeah, we cleaned them up. We got them out of there. Everything's safe. Now, that's what I experienced. Now, here's the context of what really fucking happened. While I was gone, the gentleman came over and offered shots, right? And thank goodness there was some smart cookies that didn't drink the drink. Couple of them, they thought shit was sweet. They forgot that this is the real world. Fucked up shit can happen. And we're very positive they were spikes, like they were drugged. And thank goodness we got them up out of there. We got them home safely. They're doing much better now. They're doing much, much better now. And that just goes to show that, like, yo, like, shit really can happen. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but that's why it's so important to stay on top of it. Because no matter how much you preach and teach people that you can't do this, certain things are wrong, they're not going to care. They're going to try to violate, and you have to stay on top of your shit. That's really the main message that I learned from that night. When I saw that TikTok with Andrew Tate, that night resonated, flashed in my head, and it really made me say, all right, yeah, that's true. Now this is where I guess the condescendingness took over, because I already know people will not listen just for the fact of they don't like Andrew Tate. He he has a record, criminal record, fucked up. You can research it if you don't know, but excuse me, there it is. Sorry about that. Anywho, some people, if you don't know, just look it up. But if you do know, then you already know exactly some of the shit that he has been saying that got him out of the paint. So if you really do not like him because of that shit, because of everything he's done, I'm not gonna knock that shit. All power to you and in your boundaries. But if you're gonna go on to say when he was making a good point, different angle, right? If you're gonna go on and shut that down just because you don't like him, what the fuck are you gonna listen to? You're literally just a sheep. You only take in things that you like. You never challenge yourself. You never question things. You're not being a human. You're being a robot. Try to see the patterns, people. That's all I'm gonna say on that. And that's why, like, right here is very serious, because this is some real shit. And I understand I can't talk as rough or just talk how I normally do, because some of y'all really won't hear what I'm saying. So here's me being calm, a little more serious, so you can understand the graveness of the message. me being considerate of how some of you would react. I hope the little soft voice helps the message get through. It's a very fucked up world. Stay on top of your toes, y'all. But, shit happens. Fuck it, we both. So, the other day, and this is a thought I wrote down. Gang of squirrels and birds. And this is what happened, and this is why. I'm walking my dog. I see about 6, 7 squirrels, 5 pigeons, two black. They were dark colored birds. I don't want to call them crows or ravens out rip, but fuck it. Blackbirds. Saw like two of them on the ground, a couple in the tree right above. Saw a couple more. I think maybe blue jays, whatever. Some bluebirds 2 feet away, and I'm just like, this is a congregation. Why are so many different species organized right here on this street? And if you've seen that Rick and Morty episode, you already know immediately where my mind going. But they know that I can't hear them, but they looking at me like they're really ready to take me out the paint. Now I'm not saying I'm scared, but I'm just saying it's a little weird for so many species, different species, to congregate as if they're holding a fucking meeting, as if they're plotting when's the next, as if they're plotting when's the next drill. I don't know why I had a brain fart right there. I apologize. No, I don't. But you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. So that was very off. But I'm not gonna lie. I'd be lying if I said I didn't just add a tad bit more pace to my step. That's weird. That's weird. I hope y'all can see where I'm coming from, because like, why, right? Like literally right in a little 3 feet diameter. That's sketch, man. That's sketch. What else did I fucking write down? I already talked about later shit out. Nobody shot Tupac. It was a Cat Williams video I saw, and someone had asked him who shot Suge. He went on to say, Suge knows who shot Suge. But if the cops say nobody shot Suge, then nobody shot Suge. And if nobody shot Suge, then nobody shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, then nobody shot Martin Luther King. And if nobody shot Martin Luther King, then nobody shot Malcolm X. And thing about being and this is where I would actually have to watch the video to give you the message verbatim, but if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm saying? Then he went on to say the cops, because then he ended it with the line of like, because nobody would be upset if nobody went missing. That doesn't bother nobody at all. And that kind of sunk with me, because it was it, I don't know where y'all stand on this Matrix New World Order shit or whatever, or like the actual conspiracy theories or conspiracies that are going on, but that was some real shit to me, because a lot of figures, it just accident, or nobody knows who did it. Do you really think it's a nobody? All this fucking satellite and technology and how they're watching every little square inch of the fucking earth, you think they really know that nobody is doing all this shit? Now, granted, a lot of these happened before the technology, but you really think, let's not act like that's a huge factor, because it's not. It's not. They might get me out the paint for saying this and putting it on the air, but fuck it. Fuck it. What else did I write? Actually, okay. Hennessy. Let me let me take you through the journey of this. So it all started with this tweet. That thought for this week's episode all started with this tweet. So, grown ass man tweeted, Nikki really showing y'all her Virgo side right now, but since Mulatto a Pisces, she not gonna do the whole internet show unless her sun sign is Scorpio, then we in for a long night. Oh, and Cardi B a Leo. I don't know. One, you a grown ass man. Two, just, even if I was interested, what the fuck does Cardi B have to do with anything in this situation right now? I don't get it. Three, I didn't even know Nicki and Lotto was beefing. I didn't know this. I wasn't in the loop. I wish I knew, and I wish I gave a fuck. I do. But, like, damn. So, after I see that, like, I read that tweet. I don't know why I did, because it was a lot of reading. But I saw that, especially because I saw a dude typing all that shit. So, you know what I said? You know me, I talk shit. Your nail polish must have finished dried by the way you got this tweet off. Must have. Must have, buddy. Because you're a grown ass man. You're a grown ass man. That's wild to me. That's wild. And then this boy gonna reply saying, you from Florida. I know you fucking with Hennessy. Niggas with TikTok like yours beyond that. Okay. Um this is where I utterly got be fucking confused. Right? I know you fucking with Hennessy. That threw me the fuck off. Because I know who Hennessy was. I knew who she was. I didn't know that was her name. And I really wish I knew. At that time, just for the sake of going back and forth with a stranger on Twitter, I wish I knew, and I did give a fuck. Because I really wish I knew you just sized my shit right there in the moment so I can go off on you. But, you know, it wasn't until like the next day on my break that I was talking with some of my boys, and both of them had informed me that Hennessy was in fact the trans woman from New York who went to South Florida and started fucking hella straight dudes without telling anyone that she was originally a man. Excuse me again. But I think that's wild. I really do. Cause that's damn near like having if y'all ever seen the movie have y'all ever seen that one movie, Kids? Where that boy was like fucking so many women out in out in fucking out in New York, and he he ain't tell nobody. And he was just greasing hoes, like just greasing. So that's evil. That's kind of sick, crazy, evil, and twisted. But it's also fucked up how, and I was looking at it, and then it doubled down into this other thought of transsexuals or transgenders. I don't know which one is the accurate one to use right there, but trans. So it got me to thinking, why would that be bad? Like, and I really do understand. Well, I understand the concept of this slippery slope, so to speak, between members of my community and even around the world. So some people might call me. I know a lot of Jamaicans are looking at me and calling me a batty boy. Hear me out. Hear me out. First of all, sexuality is a spectrum. It doesn't fucking matter. Second of all, if I see a woman, I am physically attracted to her. I go out, I sauce her up, I take her home, I beat it down, and it feels great. You know what I'm saying? Like, That's normal, right? That's normal, right? But it isn't until you find out that she was originally a he. Then, oh, how shit gets heavy. Shit gets real. And I do understand why it would for some people, but, and I'm saying this like I've done it before, but I real like me in a calm state, I can say eventually I would have to just accept the fact that it happened. Like the deed's done. I saw her. I came. I saw. I saw. I conquered. I came. You can't undo that. Like you know how some of you girls be finding out that like y'all fucked some real fucked up people, but you ain't know that when you was fucking them. You ain't know that. You ain't know he beats on his bitches while you was sucking his dick. He ain't tell you that. You ain't talk to his other girls. You ain't talk to his exes. You ain't know. You don't know that this boy is in crippling debt because you ain't talk to his mama. He ain't bring you around the crib. He ain't bring you around the fam. Would you suck his dick knowing all that? That's the real question. That's the real question. Everyone falls for illusions and lies. I get it. But if you knew what it was off rip, what you doing? Me personally, I don't think I am comfortable enough to have sex with a woman who I already know beforehand was originally a man. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I find out after the fact, then like, yeah, duh, because I already found out after the fucking fact. Like, I already done busted a nut on her titties. I can't take that back. I can't. Fuck, I lost it. Hold on. Let me. There we go. Oh, bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back. So that's where. So that's where that's where Hennessy came from as a thought. Because I had to find out through this interaction that that's what that woman's name was, who was going around fucking all them dudes. That's where I had to find out. And then I go on to find out that this man is from Atlanta, which is BBC, Booty Bandit Capital. A lot of dudes be on that shit in Atlanta. No judgment to y'all, but that's word on the street is you do that from in that part of town. Why you talking to me sideways when you from that part of town, especially talking the way you did? You wrong for that, Mister Bald with a hairline. You're wrong for that. I don't give a fuck if that's federal activity. Actually, nah. Technically, it's not federal activity because I always say who I am on on Twitter, and I went back and forth with you, and you tried my shit. You tried my shit. Fuck you. Fuck you, buddy. Here's another tweet. This isn't a thought. Yeah, no, I didn't write this shit down. But since I'm already on Twitter, why do y'all like Dahmer so much? Let's talk about it. Why do y'all like Dahmer so much? What is so entertaining about hearing the exploits of an actual serial killer who ate, fucked, and killed his victims? Maybe not in that order. I don't know what's the order. I didn't keep up with it. I just know he did that along with him and Ted Bundy, I think Hannibal Lecter. We also have John Wayne Gacy. A lot of sick motherfuckers. And why do y'all have such a strong fan base? And I emphasize fan base because that's what some of y'all are acting like. I don't get it. Y'all need therapy. I mean, I do too. And this isn't therapy, but it's something. So y'all gotta fuck around. So y'all gotta unpack that shit. Cause why y'all on a white man dick who actually ate and killed people? That was an actual tweet that I put out concerning the whole shit. Cause why am I looking at a little white boy being a fucking rapist for Halloween as a costume idea? I'll knock the shit out you, little boy, and I'll knock the shit out your parents too, because they don't deserve to be parents. Y'all are raising a potential threat, and y'all are allowing it. Y'all are allowing it. I'm trying to do the world a justice. Eliminate. Wouldn't y'all kill Hitler as a baby? Wouldn't you? Maybe. Do you have it in you to kill a baby? Okay, no. But like, okay, if we're gonna entertain this shit, okay. So let's just say someone comes from the future and says, "Hey, this baby's evil. It's gonna a huge fucking portal just opens. You know what I'm saying? And some dude walks out with a baby saying you have to kill it. Can you do it? If you find out that that baby's gonna wipe all humans beings off the earth, could you do it? Could you kill baby Hitler? Let me know. Let me know if your heart beats like that. Let me know if your heart beats like that. Holla at your boy. Alright. Oh, I don't even think I finished my thought from about transsexuals. Um, I really want to ask someone who is, just because there's an aspect about it that I don't know how many people are willing to look at. Um, let's talk about the finances. That's a lot of money. That's a that's a drastic change and a lot of money that you did for that operation and to completely reinvent yourself. And all power to you. I'm not knocking that shit at all, but how is that a fucking car payment? Is that a mortgage? Like, did you pay taxes on it? Like, what's going on with it, shawty? Or dude, wherever you transition to, you know what I'm saying? Like, where, how's that shit looking like? Because if we're talking like, so let's just for like, let's just say a woman transitioned when she was, let's just say a man transitioned and began the transitioning or got the surgery done at like 20, and you approach her as a 30-year-old. So that's like 10 years of daily doses of estrogen after having surgery through and through, right? How much money have you spent in that lifetime to where any cisgender, hetero, whatever you are, where you genuinely like the image that you were trying to portray from that long ago and where you're now at the point where you did it, like you really are a woman, like you finally brought your inner woman out. How much did it fucking cost? Like how many times did you have to swipe your card? Or I want to know, because I'm not like I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but it's a genuinely curious, because I just want to know. Okay, so let's just say they tell me it costs like $30,000. So you telling me $30,000 I can completely change this shit around? I can completely I can completely flip this shit. And so you telling me for 30,000 anybody could just flip this shit around? They just got to tough it out for 10 years to really see the transition through and through. I just want to know, research purposes. I apologize if that's a little. I'm sorry. Kangaroo power. Okay, so here's where this one came from. Have y'all ever seen the inside of a kangaroo pouch? I only pause because I want to give y'all enough time to pause the video, go on Google, Safari, whatever you use, and look up the inside of a kangaroo pouch. I thought it was gonna be furry and fluffy. I was fucking wrong. that shit looks like a vagina. I'm gonna be straight up. That's what it looks like. A very weird vagina. Imagine your little son coming up to you while you're washing dishes. Papa, what's inside of a kangaroo pouch? I'd lose it. I'd lose it. I really would. I would. That's crazy. What song was I playing? I think I was playing Atari. So I think I'm gonna end it out with Heavy Pockets. I could do Heavy Pockets. Yeah, that's more or less all the thoughts that I have this week. Tune in next week. If I touch on some sensitive shit, I'll be sure to give you guys a fair warning, just in case that's not your cup of tea. But if it's not your cup of tea, I advise you to drink it and see if you might find a new flavor and a new perspective.
I got heavy pockets, can't even keep a wallet. My wrist ain't fucking faucet, holding NASA rockets, ain't even got a cock it. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. 30 with a dotty, your dimensions get spotted. Shoot it, then you toss it, I'm booted till exhaustion. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. Shoot fuzz up like we golfing, nut on her like some pollen. If you owe me guap, then quit with all the stalling. You can call it, pull up to your shit and you haul it. I got this chopper from a lit, now I ain't even bought it. Went through all your shit, you niggas ain't even ballin'. Oh, this your hoe, she text me during the show, I know she saw me. I got heavy pockets, can't even keep a wallet. My wrist ain't fucking faucet, holding NASA rockets, ain't even got a cock it. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. 30 with a dotty, your dimensions get spotted. Shoot it, then you toss it, I'm booted till exhaustion. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. I got heavy pockets, don't get out of pocket. I got heavy pockets, don't get